Good morning, friends. So, in the previous lecture, we have seen the introduction of horticulture, definition of horticulture, and what are the different branches of horticulture. So, in today's lecture, we are going to start with the scope of horticulture. What are the scope of horticulture? So, the importance of horticulture in improving the productivity of land, generating employment, improving economic conditions of the farmers and entrepreneurs, enhancing exports and all, and also provide the nutritional security to the people. Presently, the horticulture sector contributes around 31% of the GDP, that is gross domestic product, and 38% of the total export of agricultural commodities from around 14% of area. So India is the second largest producer in the world with 81.28 million tons of fruits, occupying an area of 6.98 million hectare. So the production of fruits is also very big in our country, that is second largest producer in the world, which produces 81.28 million tons of fruits in 6.98 million hectare area. So area under fruits in the state is, that is in the Maharashtra state, is 2,20,706 hectare with production of 8,66,344 metric ton. The Himachal state is predominantly horticultural state, which is bestowed with unique potentialities of growing temperate and subtropical fruits. Economy of the farmers. So in the states, Himachal states, economy of the farmers depends upon cultivation of fruits and vegetables. So the people of these states is totally depends on the cultivation of fruits and vegetables. In our country, per capita per day consumption of fruits in our country is the lowest, that is 120 gram in comparison to developed countries. And in developed countries, per capita per day consumption is 250 to 400 gram, and even the developing countries, that is 100 to 200 gram, like Philippines and Pakistan. So in our country, the consumption of fruits per capita per day is very less, that is 120 grams. So we have still a big scope in the fruit production, so that we can increase the consumption per capita per day, like developed countries or developing countries, that is 250 to 400 gram. So requirement of fruit is sure to increase with the growing urbanization and awareness regarding the need of fruits in the day-to-day diet. Fruit cultivation is labor intensive industry. It requires a huge number of skilled labor and is well suited for overpopulated nations like India and China. We know that the population of these countries, that is India and China, have big population, so we have a big scope in the fruit cultivation because it requires a intensive labor. Fruit production involves specialized skills like production, harvesting, marketing, canning, processing, and many other connected trades. Hence, it can accommodate a huge manpower. So, these techniques, that is production, harvesting, marketing, canning, and processing, requires a skilled labor. And as we know that our country have a big population, so that we can accommodate a huge manpower. Horticulture has the highest potential of export. We can export fruits, we can export vegetables, and as well as we can export flowers. So horticulture has the highest potential of export. The international trading in fruits increased by 20% annually. With the production of quality fruits and implementation of improved technologies, the export of fruits can be increased and many more countries will become the importers of Indian fruits. So the good quality fruits will increase the import of will increase the export of fruits from India to the other foreign countries. So these are the scopes still we have to be done in the horticultural field, but similarly we have some limitations or problems in the food production. And what are the limitations? The first one is high initial investment. So let's see. The initial investment on new orchard is very high. Example, cost of land, layout, digging of pit, cost of plants and planting. Then cost of fertilizers, FYM, insecticides, pesticides and etc. So the initial investment is very high in the development of fruit plantations, like cost of land, layout, digging of peat, cost of plants and planting. And also there is an investment in the insecticides and pesticides. So in plants requiring special system of pruning and training, example in kiwi, grapes, etc., the initial cost further increases because of investment on erecting special training structures. So it requires a high investment without any profit initially. Therefore every person cannot afford to take up fruit production as an enterprise. The second limitation is non-availability of quality planting material. So adequate availability of quality plants is essential for orchard establishment. Okay, so this is a basic need in the development of or in the fruit production. So if we don't have good quality plants, then ultimately we can't have a good production in the food, in the fruit production. So adequate availability of quality plants is essential. Then lack of knowledge in procuring quality plants can result in disastrous results. As I said, that lack of knowledge in procuring quality or in getting quality plants can result in disastrous results. Citrus plants are very often infected with citrus canker, leaf miner. Similarly, mango plants with malformation, peach with leaf curl and nematodes. So these pathogens also uh, increases the investment in the insecticides. So and ultimately reduces the fruit production. So these are the limitations. What are the third limitation? That is perishable nature of fruits. Horticulture plants have high water content, hence are of perishable natures. The technologies for increasing the shelf life are lacking, and moreover the facilities for providing the cold store are quite scarce in number. We know that the water percentage of fruits like guava, apple have high water content, and that's why these fruits are perishable in nature. So if we want to increase the shelf life of these fruits, then we need facilities like cold storage, but these facilities are quite scarce in number. So these are the limitations. This causes the overflooding of the fruits in market during the peak harvesting season, resulting in the crash in the prices of the commodity. So then the next limitation is lack of processing unit. Very limited scale processing industries area available in our country. So processing units are also very less in number in our country. The fruits growing in abundance, example mango, banana, citrus, pineapple, etc., could otherwise give high returns if processed in different products and exported. So these are the limitations. The next one is lack of proper storage and transportation facilities. So This results in the loss of 15% in most of the fruit crops. Our country still lacks the fleet of refrigerated railway carriages, which is the most suitable and smooth way of transportation of fruits. Then faulty marketing system. Okay, so this is also a big limitation for the farmers. Okay, let's see. Most of the profits up to, that is up to 65% is taken away by middlemen, where the grower is basically compelled to sell the fruit. From the grower, the fruit passes through the hands of big contractor to small contractor, then commission agent, wholesaler, retailer before reaching the consumer. Thus, the grower gets a margin of the profits only. So then next limitation is long juvenile period, which is a period of time when plants are not capable of flowering. Most of the fruit crops have a long juvenile period, or it takes a few years to have a flowering, and thus bear their first crop after a good many years. Example, stone fruits, that is almond, it takes 4 to 5 years to have a fruits. Though practice of planting fillers is being adopted for substantiating the income till the main crop comes into bearing. Low purchasing power. Irrespective of the low pricing of the fruit during the glut, that is during abundant supply, it still remains out of reach of the common man, who constitute most of our country's population. Okay, so these are the limitations in the production of fruits. Then let's see the importance of horticulture. So what is the importance of horticulture? Horticulture is important for three reasons, that is economic, aesthetic, and environmental. So these are the main reasons. That's why the horticulture is important. Economically it contributes the GDP of the country, and the aesthetic value is also very important in horticulture. Then environmental, that is in appearance alongside the road, then cleaning the air, then preventing erosion. So let's see what are the importance. Horticulture puts over millions of rupees a year into the Indian economy by providing jobs. Okay, so economically important. So let's see, providing jobs, it provides jobs, producing food, that is fruits, vegetables, and nuts. So and also increasing the home value by landscaping. So a good landscaping of home increases the home value. So let's see areas related to horticulture for providing employment, that is fruit cultivation, vegetable cultivation, plantation and spice crop cultivation, vegetable and flower seed production for export, cut flower production and floriculture, landscaping, nursery raising, tissue culture, marketing, processing of horticulture produce, government development departments, ancillary services, like fertilizers, tools, insecticides, pesticides, irrigation equipments, chemicals like growth regulators, etc. Manufacture, sale license and consultancy services, research and education. Okay, so these are the areas related to horticulture, which provides the employments. So it requires skillful labor. Then let's see the aesthetic value of horticulture. Aesthetic means appearance. Improves appearance of homes and buildings through landscaping. So the proper landscaping of homes by the ornamental plants or lawns, uh, it improves the appearance and as well as the home value. Then improves appearance of land from fruit, vegetable, and ornamental crop grown. So these are the importance. Then environmental appearance or the environmental importance of horticulture provides health and comfort. So this is the main importance of horticulture. So plants clean the air, so cleaning the air, preventing erosion, providing shade and providing nutrition. So we can plant along the roadside. We can which provides the different services, that is cleaning the air, preventing erosion, providing shade and nutrition. So this is the aesthetic value of horticultural plants. So per hectare yield is high as compared to the field crops. Per hectare yield of horticulture crop is very high. From an fruit area of land, more yield is obtained. Example, paddy gives a maximum yield of only 30 quintal per hectare, while banana gives 300 to 500 quintal per hectare. Then pineapple 450 quintal per hectare and grapes 90 to 150 quintal per hectare. In present shortage of food and scarcity of land by growing fruits, more food can be produced. High returns per unit area from so this is also a one important facts. From 1 unit area of land, more income will be obtained. Example, well kept orchard of apple, grapes and sweet orange can give as much as rupees 250,000 per hectare as net income. A free grower or labor remains engaged for the whole. An opportunity for maintaining labors throughout the year, like the cereals, where one cannot keep himself and employ the laborers during the slack season to meet. Okay, so let's see. Raw material for industries. It also provides the raw material for industries. Horticultural products also provides the raw material for industries like fruit farming is the base for several industries like canning, essential oils, etc., which in turn provide work for more people. Use of undulating lands. Fruit growing can be practiced in places where the gradient is uneven or where the land is undulating and agronomical crops cannot be cultivated. In Konkan region, mango and cashew are cultivated on large scales on hilly and hillback areas. So in hilly areas where we cannot cultivate the agronomical crops, where we can cultivate the fruit plants like mango and cashew, and these are cultivated in Konkan region. So these are the economically and aesthetically as well as environmentally important facts about the horticulture. So this is it about the scope and economic importance of horticulture. The next point is horticultural zones of India, that we will see in next video lecture. So till then, stay safe, stay home and happy learning. Thank you.